Hi, Gurmehar. Welcome to this interview. I'm really excited to have you today because I know how inspiring you are to so many artists and so many artists who are in my audience, who are in my community. They always know about you. They always find you super inspiring. And so I'm very proud and excited to have you on today. So thank you so much for accepting to be on this interview and to do this interview. And so the first thing that I'm going to ask you today is if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, first of all, Gabriella, for inviting me and for the kind
Of
words. And you are also so inspiring, helping so many artists and spreading your beautiful light. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm Gurms, so I'm originally from India, but I consider myself a world citizen because I grew up as a third culture kid. So right now I'm currently in China, and I've studied in international schools and universities and interacted with people from all over the world. So that's why I consider myself a global citizen. And I do art work, as you can see behind me. So I do drawings, paintings, and mixed media. And I do exhibitions, workshops, and I also like vlog about my work and blog. So yeah, that's a bit about.
Wonderful. Yes, you are writing so many blogs, and I always find them super inspiring as well. And you share a lot of value in those blogs. So, and actually, it's always very meditative in a way what you write, and it's a lot about life and about how to deal with life. But at the same time, it's so connected to your artworks. So it's not bad at the same time. At the same time, it's so connected to your artworks, and we can definitely feel the connection between the artworks and between the texts that are so inspiring. And you have so many gifts. It's not really gifts, it's actually skills that you have. So one is in writing, one is in creating artwork. So how would you define the common point between your artworks and as a text? How do you feel when you create them?
For me, it started out like not as sharing with others. That wasn't my thought that I would, share anything with others. When I first started out, it was very therapeutic for me. It was just like meditation, like, something to help me calm down or feel better or cheer me up. And on the good days, when I was feeling good, it was like a celebration. So for me, it's about just embracing uniqueness. That's my motto, by the way. So it's like embracing uniqueness and being your true self, and just sharing, whether it's a good day or a bad day or just a normal average day, just sharing every part of it.
Okay, so it might be a hard question then, because I love what you said about uniqueness. What is unique about you? I know you might know it actually. So, and I know that might be something that you don't often talk about because, we might feel like it's saying too many good things about you, but you are so unique. So what is unique about you? I would love you to describe it a little bit.
I actually haven't really thought about that.
Yes, that's a hard, surprising question.
But I think one thing is that I'm like an international citizen, and
Yes.
I'm a third culture kid, and I can relate with everyone from the world, and also like creatively, I do a lot of different things, so I can relate to a lot of to most people, and yeah.
It's so true. It is so true. You are totally someone who is really listening to the personality of other people and who can adjust to them. So I can definitely feel that about you. Absolutely.
Because most people, whenever they see my art, the first thing they think is, oh, it's either Indian or Chinese, because those are the two places I grew up. So like, oh, so your art is basically all Indian style, right? I'm like, no, it's from the world, because I'm inspired by so many different cultures. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I can totally see in what you create that it's so international. It's not only Indian, it's not only Chinese.
Yes.
It's it's more about life and about human beings than just belonging to one country. So yeah, I can totally see what you mean. So thank you for sharing all of this. So okay, so let's keep moving with my questions because I think that you will have more things to say when I ask my second question. Sorry, I don't know if you have heard this notification. Sorry about that. So my second question is rather about sales because you know that's what I help artists with, finding buyers online and selling art online. So my next question that I want to ask you, and I know that I look forward to your answer, it's going to be what have you found is the biggest struggle when it comes to selling your artworks online?
Well, for me, most of my sales have been in physical exhibitions. So, like in person sales and people seeing the artwork. So, when I first started selling online, people were like, I would rather see the artwork physically and up close because online it's just a picture or, you can't really see the details or like if they could relate or like the artwork. So what I started doing and what I found like how to get around this was I started making videos or like
Ah,
shorts so they can still see the details online and sharing the story, like either sharing the story of like the work in progress and the journey of how I created the artwork or like my meaning behind the artwork, like the artist's meaning. And I feel like that is more relatable to people than just putting a picture and the uh, price of an artwork. So I think
absolutely.
that's the biggest struggle.
I love that because as you are sharing this struggle, you're also sharing the solution that you have found to this struggle. So thank you for sharing this because I think that will give ideas to artists listening. And okay, so that's really great, and I love how you adjusted the online space to what you knew how to do, so the actual physical exhibitions. And so you both have a presence in so that that's another question that I have. You both have a presence in physical exhibition spaces and the online world. And I had seen one of the videos, actually, you're talking about videos and showing the context. I have seen one of your videos, which was you doing a speech during one of the exhibitions, and I had loved it. And it really gave a good impression of how many people were here, what the space looked like. And I found it a great idea because I felt I was part of the event. So what I would love to know is how do you organize your day of work? Is it mostly online, mostly for exhibitions in real life? Is it half? How is it? What is your focus on? What do you focus on?
Right now, because of COVID and the past few years, everything is mostly online.
Okay.
But here in Tianjin, where I am, I've had a few, this year I've had a few workshops, in-person workshops.
Right.
So
Right.
that's been good. But for me, I think every artist will relate to this, that I enjoy creating in the studio more
Right.
than
Yes. Of course.
marketing and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like sharing the story and making the videos, that's also like a whole nother skill I had to learn. So like how to set up the camera, how to use the editing software, and but once you get the hang of it, it's just like creating.
So it's so interesting because for me, you are super skilled at everything. When I met you, you were posting there already. You are being so you are covering the information that we need in order to learn more about your practice. You are posting blogs, super present, exchanging with everyone. And what you're talking about right now is how you had to learn to do all of this. But so it's interesting because sometimes we see people as the fact that they know and they are super good at doing some things, but we all have to learn it at some point. So that's quite inspiring. And all right, so I had a question, but I forgot what it was. So I'm going to move on with my next question, which is rather about what you find super positive, actually, when it comes to selling art online.
I think
What do you enjoy the most? Sorry.
Yeah, it's the interaction between me and the buyer. So like they telling me how they feel about the artwork, like, you know, this artwork really inspires me, and I think I want to try creating something or like drawing something, or, you know, this makes me so happy. I think when I see it in my house or in my workspace after a long day, it will bring a smile to my face, or that kind of feeling. Because when I create art, I feel the same way. Like it's very therapeutic and, you know, calms me down. So
Yeah,
when my viewers relate to that feeling, it's so great. And yeah,
they are definitely, it definitely means they are the people made to buy this artwork. They are the people who these artworks are for. So it's absolutely great. And actually, as you were talking about conversations, that reminded me of my question, the question that I had, which is that one of your superpowers for me, and sorry to be such a big fan, but I am. So one of your superpowers is that you are so supportive of everyone who comes in your world. So everyone who starts a relationship with you online, you're super supportive of them. And it might be something that you have. Is it something that you have applied also to? I'm sure it is, but to your buyers? Is it a relationship that you work on? So being supportive of them, interacting with them, is it something important in the process of selling for you?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And like, for example, one of my buyers was like, um, you haven't framed the artwork, so are you planning to frame it, for example? And I was like, yes, but I would like to know what kind of frame you would like, because, you know, you're interested in the artwork, so maybe you want like a different color or a different style of frame than I'm thinking as the
Yes.
artist. So I also have these kind of conversations, like
Right.
interact with the buyers, so
Yes.
they're happy with the purchase.
Absolutely. That's absolutely awesome. And so I love that. And so you're really listening to what they want, actually, when it comes to the way they want to have the artwork in their house and everything. So that's really great. And so I'm also curious about the way other artists are part of your world. So are they so when you create relationships with artists in your world, do you consider them as peers, or do you consider them as buyers, or do you consider them as both?
Well, you know, most people have the stereotype. Like when I first started my art journey, most people had these stereotypes. Oh, why would you even interact with other artists, or why would you even like follow or support them, because they're your competition? Like, don't
Oh,
you feel, don't you feel like jealous if they're more successful than you? Or, you know, maybe you get that imposter syndrome even more. And I was like, for me, that's the biggest source of inspiration and support for me, actually,
yeah.
because, you know, interacting with other artists and even like going to other artist exhibitions and, you know, supporting them in their workshops and events. It's the interaction and the conversations, because it's so relatable to have those artist to artist conversations. And, you
Absolutely.
know, you find inspiration, you share tips, you share advice, you even like can see the artwork. Like if you ask for suggestions or critiques, then you'll find something that, you know, normal people wouldn't be able to give you, because they don't have that art knowledge. So
Yes.
for me, it's very inspiring, and I'm a part of so many art groups, and every day we just share artworks and news
Yeah.
of art events and tips and questions, and it's just beautiful. So,
Ah, this is inspiring. I wish I I mean I love that. I feel I completely agree with you that instead of competition makes no sense to me.
yeah,
What makes more sense is to collaborate, to exchange.
yeah,
Well, I mean, it makes no sense to try and win over other people. We are in one kind of, it's not even a race, but the only person we are in competition with is probably ourselves most
yeah,
of the time. And it takes so much energy already. So if we have to be in competition with everyone else at the same time, there is no time left. So yeah, so I completely agree with you. And I find it so inspiring, and I love your state of mind. I love the way you think about relationships, and I find this really inspiring. So I hope that when artists listen to this interview, I know that they will be as inspired as I am. So thank you so much for sharing all of this value, Gurms. I really appreciate that. And so my last question is, to get even more inspired, where can we find you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a YouTube channel, all called
Do you?
Gurms. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
all called Gurms Art. So GURMSART, and you can find me on all three platforms.
See, I had no idea you had a YouTube channel. This is so cool, amazing. And
I just found out today that I hit 100 subscribers, so I was
yay!
like so happy and
Yes! Congratulations! This is
thank
so
you.
cool. Well done. A milestone. This is awesome. So
Yeah.
cool. So awesome. So when have you started the channel? Just as an
I
indicator.
think it was like 2019, so 2 years ago.
Cool, that's amazing. So
Yeah.
huge congratulations. This is so good. So all right, so thank you so much, Guillaume. Thank you for telling us where we can follow you on social media. And I really invite and encourage everyone to actually find you there. What I will do is that I will tag you when I post the excerpt of this interview on YouTube, on Instagram, etc. So we can find the links easily. And yes, everyone listening here, go follow Gurmehar. So you will be inspired over and over again. And thank you so much for today. I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.